everyone, it's Tammy, and today I'm going to show you this really cute card. I'm super excited about it. I think it is one of my favorites. I tried to color it like my puppies, and it's just adorable. So I used, and I know you're going to be surprised because you haven't seen me use this stamp set at all. Oh lordy, this may be the last one for a while. I think I'm going to move on to another stamp set, so this may be the last one for a while. But this is called Critters at the Dog Park from Fawn. I have been really enjoying it, and for this one we are going to need to use the little post-it notes that I've made, and it's just a super cute card. So the first thing that I did was I used a piece of gray cardstock that I cut so it's 8.5 by 5.5, and then I scored it in the middle so it's 4.25 by 5.5 when you've made the card, and this is an A2 sized card. And I have a piece of white cardstock that I'm going to put on the inside, and this is cut at 4 by 5.25. And that will just leave a little bit of a border around. And I know I say this almost every card, so I hope that you guys who have been watching me for a while don't get too annoyed with that, but I don't know where everybody's coming from, and they might be new. This might be the first video they've watched of me, and if it is, hello and welcome. I'm glad you're here. I hope that you enjoy it, and I hope that you subscribe and stay and leave me some comments or whatever you might want to do. I'm glad you're here. And I also cut a card front, also the same size, 4 by 5.25. This is a double-sided cardstock, and I loved both sides, but I really love the plaid. Oh my goodness, I just can't get enough of the plaid. I used a little bit of the plaid on another card too. And I knew that I had to do something else because I wanted to use more plaid, and it just looks like a Father's Day card or something like that. Like, I mean, just like this even. I mean, you could just put Happy Father's Day on it and done. But of course I needed to use my dogs. So for this I also need a hole punch. Let me grab the hole punch. And I cut this piece out of the same cardstock, and it is 1, 2, 3 by 1, 2, 3, 4. And it's just going, and I'm going to turn it this way to give it a nice little effect. And I'm going to punch some holes. One about there. And one about there. And that's just for some ribbon, just for something fun. And I want to put a notch in here. Now this one I went way too high on my notch. I don't want to go nearly as high on this one, so I'm going to try to be careful. And I'm just going to take my scissors in the middle of the cardstock and just cut up to where I think I want the notch to be. And then I'm going to go from one corner to the center, and then the other corner to the center, and make my notch a lot smaller than the first one. Now, if you don't like that, if you make it smaller, you can always make it, you know, like if you want to go in just a little bit more, which I think I might, I can do that now. Just go from the corner. But if you've cut too much off, you can't put it back on. So it's better to err on the side of too small than too big. But I didn't listen to myself the first time, and I just went for it, and I went way too big. There, I think I like that. So I have that, and let me go ahead and do the ribbon on it since we're here. You want to take, I don't know, maybe 10 inches, or how long is this? 8, 9 inches, somewhere around there, of ribbon. And I just have this from the Ribbon Boutique. I think this is from Hobby Lobby. It's $1.99, and then they often have ribbon for half off, so I'm sure that I bought it when it was half off. And then let me think, how do I want this? If I go in there, okay, I want to go in both of them from the right side, so it's going from the front to the back on both sides. And I want to pay attention to make sure that my design is on the outside. So this has dots on one side. I want those to face out. And I just want to make sure that there's about the same amount on both of them. And then I'm going to turn it and twist the ribbon so it twists so that the dots are again going to be on the outside when I take each ribbon and go through the hole the opposite way. So hopefully that made sense. So I'm taking this ribbon from this hole that I stuck in, and I'm going to turn it and put it through so that the dots are on the outside. And it just makes a really cute little tie. And then I'm just going to trim this off. Just like that. Yeah, I like that. And I'm going to pop dot that, so I'm going to go ahead and do that just so I'll have it ready. And then we'll get to stamping and coloring. I got finished with work today, and my husband is on his way home from work, and I have a feeling he might be calling me, so if I have to stop this abruptly, you will know why, but I'm hoping that I don't have to. I don't know why I have a feeling that he's going to call me. Well, I can tell you why, because he had said that he'd like to stop and get Mexican, and I told him that I already had some food planned, and then he said that he's like, yeah, that sounds good, but I'd really rather have Mexican. Can we have that tomorrow night? And so I said yes. So I have a feeling he's going to be calling to find out what I want, or probably, actually more like it, he will ask me to do the ordering, because I'm going to tell him that he has to pick it up. Which does make sense. I mean, he's out already, coming home from work, and then he had to go to the chiropractor, and I'm going to go ahead and stick this down in the middle. Actually, I think I might go a little bit high so it's centered, but it's high, I think. And then now let's get to stamping. So I have just a round 2-inch circle that I punched out with my hole punch, and I'm going to use some ink that I want to use for the sky color, and I'm using one that's called Tempting Turquoise. I don't even know if it's available anymore, and I think I just stuck my finger in it, so I need to be careful. And I just like this color for the sky. And then I'm going to use a different color for some grass. I think I will use one called Garden Green, but use what you have. It does not matter. If you don't have inks and you want to use markers, go for it. Because that's all it is, just like that. I just kind of like the way that looks. And I like having this glass tabletop because I can just wipe it right off. So now we're going to get to stamping. And if you can see on this, the dog and the ball are in front of the fire hydrant. So to do that, you first stamp what you want to be in the front. And in this case, it is the dog. So I'm going to ink him up and then stamp him where I want him. Like that. Clean them off. And then I want the ball. then what I need to do is I need to take my little images. Now I've already stamped these and then cut them out. Very fussy cut. I stamped it on Post-it paper so it sticks. And then I cut them out following the line. And I'm just putting them down right on top of my stamped image. Just like that. So then now I'm going to take my fire hydrant because I want this to be in the back. Ink it up. And then I'm just looking through to see where I want to place it. That's about good. I'm going to stamp that down. And right now it kind of looks like a hot mess. But just wait because it's miraculous. Not miraculous, but it is pretty neat. Almost as neat as heat embossing. I love heat embossing. So let's see. I'll take this off first. Boom. Look at that. The ball's in front. Now are you ready for the big reveal? Boom. Isn't that the cutest thing? It's so neat. So now my fire hydrant is behind the dog and the ball. And now all we have to do is color. Now you might be thinking, how are you going to color that? You already put ink down. True, true, true. But if you use alcohol markers, it kind of pushes the rest of the image away, or the rest of the color away, and it works pretty well. And I'm going to make sure my fingers are clean because I did just do that. So I'm just taking a wet baby wipe and I'm going to clean my fingers so I won't get ink everywhere. Alright, I'm going to take, that's a good color. I am going to color my doggy with this color first. And I'm going to try to make him look like Waylon, my sweet boy. My sweet Waylon boy. His right leg has more gray on it than his left. There we go. And then I'm going to take a darker color. Perfect, perfect, perfect. And I'm going to take some pink. Ooh, that's a bright pink. I'm going to go in his ears a little and his little cheeks. Because he's a very happy boy. He has pink cheeks because he's happy, happy, happy. And that is true. He is a happy little boy. I love my boy. And my girl. I love them both. They're both fabulous dogs. I'm going to color the nose too, but I'm going to go over that in black. And I'm just coloring, coloring. Color, color, coloring. All right. Now I'm not going to color the white on his body, so in order to do that, I don't have like a white marker, I don't think, but I'm just going to use, so I guess I am going to color the white. I'm using a white gel pen, but in case you were wondering, because you know it's blue and green, you're probably going, what the heck? How are you going to get that, Tammy? Well, we'll use a white pen. And go over all the little areas. Yay! And then I'm going to use a yellow for the ball. And then I want to use a red for fire hydrant. So cute, so cute, so cute. I want that white to dry before I go over any of it with my black pen, but I want to make his eye a little bigger like it was before I drew over it. And then color in his little nose. Oh my goodness, he's so cute. I just want to eat him right up because he looks like my boy. Sweet, sweet little Waylon. I've been blessed with wonderful pets for sure. My whole life. So I'm just putting some pop dots on the back of this. I remember somebody saying once, everyone thinks that their pet is best, and they're right. I love that. Because it's so true. Oh, one thing that I didn't do this one that I did to the other one. Put it right down there. Isn't that cute already? Yay! And then if you take the white pen and you just do some highlights, it even brings it out just a little bit more. Put some on this fire hydrant too. And even on the ball. I might want to go check them out because I think that each one is better than the next. They're just so stinking cute. I love them. Thanks for watching and have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.